Horror is a tough genre to tackle, and quite honestly, the last decade has done it no justice. Yet there has been a resurgence. New shows have been slowly emerging that have breathed new life into the genre, once again inflicting fear into viewers and leaving us all lying in our beds at night questioning whether there are monsters under our bed, and if reptilians are controlling our loved ones. Hey guys, welcome back to Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your host Lucy McPhee, and today we're listing down the top 5 scary Netflix shows you must watch. Let's begin.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
Bullshit.
In at 5, Scream. I hate to include this on our list due to certain names attached to the project, i.e. Bob and Harvey Weinstein, yet it can't be helped. The show has been a hit for Netflix, and for many young horror lovers it's a fan favourite, and a great take on the 90s slasher. A cyberbullying incident serves as a catalyst for a grisly murder, and a group of teens become a serial killer's prime target. It plays on the fears that everyone is a suspect and anyone could be a victim. The show thrives by incorporating many updated fears, such as cyberbullying, yet uses similar techniques to the original displayed so wonderfully. When a young teen becomes the killer's obsession, she must set out to uncover her town's dark secrets and mysteries while attempting to unmask the true identity of the killer. In at 4, The Twilight Zone. Arguably the show that started it all, The Twilight Zone manages to invoke fear into viewers through the macabre and supernatural tales it has to offer. Created by Rod Serling, this anthology show is a mix of horror, science fiction, drama, comedy, and superstition. Each episode is introduced by Serling himself, and most are concluded with a surprise ending. Though it perhaps didn't age as well as it should have, it still has some rewatchability. It's a show that lingers in the mind, making you question your neighbors, friends, and even your family. The most fearsome of monsters in the show were arguably the humans, through distrust, ignorance, and malice, a far creepier combination than any ghoul or ghost. Most episodes even focusing on the moral and philosophical choices made by the characters in astounding and unusual situations. In at 3, Bates Motel. In the prequel to Hitchcock's Psycho, we follow a young Norman Bates, and his life before Marion Crane comes a-knocking. Even though we know the outcome of this dysfunctional story, it is still just as shocking when Norman eventually dons his wig and gets stabby in the shower. However, there are so many more creepy elements this show has to offer. For one, the hashed out relationship between Norman and his mother Norma, which is utterly disturbing. Her mind manipulation, the gaslighting, and the deception, it plays a huge part in the monster Norman gradually morphs into. The show manages to make you sympathize with the characters that appear to have no redeemable qualities, yet you can't help but be sad when Norma eventually meets her long-awaited demise. That could just be because Vera Farmiga is a goddamn angel, but I'm unsure. However, watching her plant the seed of insanity in her own child's brain is painful to watch. Seeing what he could have been to what he becomes is a sad road for Norman Bates. In at number 2, American Horror Story. There are just not enough anthology shows in the world, and those that are there are rarely done right, but American Horror Story manages to make each and every season as original as the last, with even more terrifying and unnerving elements, even having certain actors appear in all iterations, including Sarah Paulson, aka the life of the show. The show has gone on to have 8 seasons: Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show, Hotel, Roanoke, Cult, and Apocalypse. There seems to be no end in sight for the show. So what makes it so scary? Well, to sum it up briefly, all seasons portray different notions of what horror is. Murder House is often described as the scariest of the seasons, relying on the haunted house trope, which we'll be returning to later on in our list. Follows a family who move into a haunted house that contains spirits that have met grisly and violent fates inside the home. The themes in the series range from trapped in an asylum against your will, a coven of witches, a haunted hotel, and a traveling freak show. The show covers all subgenres in horror and successfully gives off a fright while doing so. And lastly, in at number 1, The Haunting of Hill House. When Stephen King suffers goosebumps, you know a show must truly be terrifying, and that's exactly what The Haunting of Hill House is. Terrifying. A show that successfully revitalizes the haunted house trope. A family moves in, things begin to go bump in the night. It's a classic, but Mike Flanagan managed to breathe some new life back into this worn-out horror theme. The show is a balance between the supernatural and unresolved traumas of childhood. We follow the members of the Crane family, both in the past and the present, as they deal with the lasting trauma Hill House imprinted on them. Through flashbacks we learn of the cruel and sinister tricks the house played on them and the spirits residing within it, all the while dealing with the death of their mother during the younger years and the death of their sister during the older years. It's a horror show that is heart-wrenching while delivering horrifying frights through characters like the bent-neck lady and the bowler hat man. You can't help but feel for every character and wish that you could save them yourself, but as we learn by the end of the show, once Hill House has you, it doesn't let go. And quite honestly, start to finish, it's the greatest TV show I've ever watched. So if you have yet to do it, check it out ASAP. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and while you're down there, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. And until next time, see you later.